Hi, this is Casey from Denner, USA. I'm here to show you a small machine we have on our floor today in our showroom. This is the Smart Series XL 2000 by 60, 2000 millimeters by 60 metric tons, or 6.5 feet by 66 US tons. It's brightly illuminated here in front of the operator for his hands. It's standard, bright lights in the back gauge, two front sheet supports with chromed rods to put your parts on and ball transfers. They're adjustable up and down by these buttons over here. You can see it's a two-axis back gauge. Goes back and forth in the X direction and up and down in the R direction. Y1 and Y2 means it's a synchronized ram. The ram goes up and down parallel, but each piston, being a hydraulic machine, each piston is controllable through the CNC control. We also have a laser device attached to this machine. It's on about 19 out of 20 of our press brakes, but this is the DSP. It's a 9-point laser beam that shoots a diffuse laser across the bottom of the tool here, and it goes into 9 receiving holes over here. You block any one of those holes during operation, and it will stop the ram. But you have zones on it also. You can control the front zone to be blanked out and have a box forming mode. You can imagine forming a box with two sides like this, then going like that. The side laser beam will hit the side walls, but it won't stop if you have the control set to box mode. The Smart machine in its standard format has no crowning. This being a 6-foot machine, it may or may not need crowning in the first place, but we have on here a manual hand crank for setting the crowning in this lower table. This is actually an upside down U-channel, and underneath that U-channel there's 2 sets of wedges that go the entire length of the lower table. By rotating this and looking at a digital readout over here, you're setting a parabolic curve by the 2 wedges superimposing over each other. Alternately, this can come off very simply, and we can put on a step motor over here, and then that has wires going to the CNC control and will do automatic crowning if you choose. This is a back view of the 60-ton machine. You can see these fingers move on these Rexroth steel linear guides. Manual in the Z direction, but we have Mitsubishi motors on the back gauge for the upward R axis and the X axis. It's bolted to the back side of the lower table and gives you plenty of room to operate. This is the electrical cabinet of the 60-ton, 6.5-foot machine here. If you look inside, you can see everything is neatly arranged. You can see the 2 motors for the X and R axis, Mitsubishi servo drives for the motors on the back gauge. This unit over here is a PLC. This is the safety unit that measures all the signals for double redundancy and make sure your signals are real. And it's also where you plug in that laser device that we showed you in the front. A standard fan is on all the cabinets that bring cool air in here. Air conditioning is an option. All the relays are Siemens. Siemens is very big. They have 95% of the market in Europe, and all these parts are very readily available on the internet. I'm going to show you how to make a simple numeric program on this control. This is a one screen. You can do all the steps of your programs without going to other screens. So it's very simple for a new operator. I'm going to put in the sheet width. Let's say it's 12 inches wide. We'll put in a thickness, 0.075, 14 gauge. We'll pick out the type of material. I'm going to say it's steel. You can put any kind of material you want in there. I'm going to pick out the die. In this case, I have a menu here of all the different dies that I want. And I'm going to choose a 4V die, and then I'm going to pick out the exact opening of it. And that is right over here. There's 4 different openings. And it appears on the screen. I'll touch the punch field. I've got a couple different punches in here right now. There'd be many more in your shop, but this is a new machine. And I'll pick that one. The angle, 90 degrees. Okay. The back gauge dimension, maybe 5 inches. That would be an outside flange dimension. The R axis, height of the back gauge is figured out automatically, and the back gauge correction value, the bend allowance, is figured in automatically too for bend number 1. You can see here the machine has chosen automatically the top dead center. It's chosen a 4-inch opening. So not to waste time with the full stroke of the machine, it's picked out that this needs no more than 4.8 tons of force, and it'll stop you if you try to bend something thicker. It will only develop 4.8 tons, but you can touch that and change it if you want. The recommended crowning value is shown. You can set other things in here like the bending speeds, where the mute point changes, that would be your speed change, where your pinch point between the punch and the metal. You can change all these factors right here before moving on to the next step. So if a machine like this interests you, please contact your local dealer or call me at Denner USA, and we'll be happy to discuss your press brake bending project.